to create a scorecard. Now you move to your add a chart. Under add a chart, you are going to see scorecard. Now here you will see that scorecard, we just have scorecard total. Here we have sections, which means scorecard with, let's go back, scorecard with compact numbers. So you can choose anyone you like. So far this has a compact number, but let's use this first one, total. Let's drag. You click and drag. You click and drag. So now see what we have is, it started from record count. Let me zoom it a little bit so that we can see. Zoom in. So we have record count here, but that's not what we want. If we move to your right, you see setup and style. Now under setup, we have a to Z data, which is our data source. Then we have dimension. Then we have metric. But here, so far we are dealing with scorecard. There is nothing like dimension here. We only have metrics. So it's counting the total number, the total appearance of value that we have here. If we count it too, you see, okay, this is not what we are doing. A to Z, HZ. So we have 18 here. So what do we have here? We have 18 too. So it counts it. So what do we have to do? We don't want record count, and this is our header. Don't forget we said we need total state. So you can come to this state and drag your state into the metric. You drag it into this record, it will replace it automatic. Now we have 8 states. Now this is too big. Let me reduce it a little. Now what do you want to do? We want to style it a little bit. Then you go to style. When you move to style, because what we have here is not that, it's just a decimal, or just one number, one value. So we don't need to compact anything. There's nothing to compact here. If we are having millions now, thousands, we can compact the value here. So there's nothing we are compacting. As for missing data, no missing data. So let's go to, now I want to add, you see at the top here we have states. I want to hide metrics name because I'm going to design our own separately. So I'm going to hide it. Then metric name, so far I've hide it, I don't need to put it to the middle. Metric value, which is the 8, I put it to the middle. What nice. Background, I might want to give it our background. We have our background already, in case there's comparison. That too. I'm not going to add shadow or border. So I might want to change this to white. So let's drag this a little bit and place it here. So we now have this total state. So what are we going to do to give it a name? We can just come down here to this shape, create another shape here, it's too long, another shape here, and give it, maybe let's sample a color, okay, sample is not here, where is it? Let's sample a color, so let's just give it this color. I think it match this company color. So now let's type, we are going to type total in capital letter, total states. So we're going to reduce this, a little, then let's try and place, you can undo here, when you do something it can be undo. So this, let me move it to back, still disturbing me. So let me place it here, can change the color to white too. So we have total state. Now you don't need to recreate them again and again and again. We can actually duplicate. You click here and you click here, press okay, just click here and Ctrl D to duplicate. Let's give it a space. Now you know we have states. If we go back to what we are, so you will replace total manager with states here. You drag your manager, replace it top, then here too you can duplicate it and drag here. So total, let's edit the content inside the text box. Total manager. So just widen it a little bit so that it can contain the bar, then you can place it to the middle. So we have total manager here. So the next thing we want to do is total sales rep. Let's shift this a little bit. So we need total sales rep. So we duplicate this, Ctrl D, then we duplicate the text inside it. Let's duplicate this text, duplicate and pick it to this place, centralize. So let's edit the text box, total sales rep, increase it a little bit so that we can be seeing all at once. So here we can change it to, now go to setup. Now we have, we have total manager we have to change it to sales rep. So we replace the manager with sales rep. So now we have the total number of sales reps that are 12. We have total number of sales reps that are 12. The next thing is we want to create another one. So let's duplicate. Let's duplicate, Ctrl D. Ctrl D. We need to duplicate this background too. Ctrl D, so that you can have a place here. But okay, it's not showing. We just have to click this and send to back order. Right click, send to back. So here we want to know total products, product type. Total product type. Let's go to setup. We replace sales rep with product type. I think all the product type are 3. Yes. If we go by this, we go back to our source, you will see product type. We have charger, Nokia, and iPhone. These are the product type that we have. So now we have the total product type now, which is 3. So let's change this to total products. The next thing we want to create is we want to know the total quantity that all the staff have sold so far. All. The idea of creating this scorecard is for the management to see the overview of what they have done so far, the totality of everything they have done. So in your mind, as a data analyst, you just have to put in your mind that this is how you have to be creating your dashboard, because your management want to see the total number of staff that we have, total number of states we are operating at, in total products that we are selling, total everything. They just want to see the overview at once before you now start to be breaking them piece by piece. So that's the first thing they want to look at. So you do this again, duplicate, so you click on this, you duplicate, I think we have to undo this. Then you can send this to back order, send backward. So let's have total quantity, then here we replace it. You go back to your setup, replace this with quantity. After replacing this with quantity, you see this is the total quantity that we have here. So you can still do the same thing here. Duplicate this. The next thing we need is next thing we want to do is total sales and total budget. So if you have that too, I think we are good to go. So let me zoom very well so that I can see what I'm doing. Very trickish for me to pick this. So total sales. So let me just pick the two at once and bring it here. So for me to shift it very well, I can just zoom it. Don't forget you are doing this for a company, so you have to take your time. Don't rush it. If you rush it, you won't get it right. So you click this. I don't have time. I would have taken my time to zoom it and place it very well. So you zoom it, go to setup, total sales, gross revenue. Now you replace this. Now you see we are dealing with thousands now. Then you have to come to your style and compact numbers so that you can see the totality of what you are doing. So let's zoom out. Oh, this scattered already. So our budget, let's create for our budget. So what am I going to do is what am I going to do? So let me just delete this background. It's disturbing me. I just deleted the background. Let me shift this one a little bit so that I can have time to just highlight all these things once and for all and shift it to each other. You click, shift, click, shift, click, shift, because I still need a space there. Click, shift, click, shift. So here I'll just duplicate this and place it here. So here I'm going to have my total budget. Here go back to your setup, then you replace it with budget. Then let's drag this one back to give us that look. Then let's drag this a little bit. Then let's title it KPI, key performance indicator. KPI. So let's increase the font to the middle bold. I need this one back here. And this to the middle. So this one will be at the middle. We have KPI. So this is our scorecard. So we have this as our scorecard. So let's go back to